What's up, everybody? Zach Walker, the Bearded Realtor here, checking in for a new segment we're going to bring to you. I don't know what we're going to call it yet, but we're going to call it something, as long as you don't call it late for supper, right? No, I'm just kidding. I wanted to share kind of it's a real story. It's something that we've done, that we've experienced in the last month or so that has kind of changed the way that I transact real estate. Because it changed my understanding of the market, how it works, and what's important. God's honest, true story. Not something I really want to admit to anybody, because it includes a mistake that I made, but it's something you need to understand and learn if you're trying to buy or sell a house, specifically sell a house. So we had a house here in Athens, that beautiful listing, priced at the top of the market. I get it, but at the end of the day, great house, good, everything about it said, I'm going to sell. We sat there for 2 months. It didn't sell. And obviously at that point, if as a good realtor, first of all, we don't sign 6-month listing contracts. We sign 30-day contracts, right? And so every time that it was time for that to renew, it was like, well, they might be upset, whatever. Well, 2 months goes by, true story. My sweet client calls me and says, hey, what do you think about putting it on Zillow? And I'm like, what do you mean put it on Zillow? It is on Zillow. It goes on Zillow when I put it on the MLS, or it should. Long story short, went back and looked at the listing, and it hadn't been clicked. The syndication button had never been clicked. And so what had happened is my client's listing had only been listed in the MLS. And I'm like, well, there's a sign in the yard, right? The MLS. Here's what happened the minute I put it on Zillow. Goes on Zillow, 4 days later, it sells. It had been shown 7 times in 4 days, sold, closed in 30, no problem. Well, that was kind of an illuminating moment for me in my business, right? Because as a realtor, I understand and appreciate the power of the MLS and the National Association of Realtors and the Huntsville Association and the Athens Association. And so no disrespect there. But the reality is we have to look at what is selling a home. Where is it being sold from? How's it being transacted? If I was selling hamburgers, I would want to do some statistical studies on where the most hamburgers are consumed in the marketplace. The reality is 87.5% of people that buy a house buy it online. And so if you are looking to buy or sell, specifically sell a home, you should be looking at what is your realtor going to do for your online presence. The sign in your yard literally means almost nothing. What it means is 12.5% of the buyer pool are gonna see maybe that sign in the yard. The other 87.5% are gonna see your digital sign. And so that's what's the most important. And so we never sell ourselves. This isn't about us. This isn't about buy and sell with us. This is about education and understanding if I'm going to sell my house, whether it be for sale by owner, which we wouldn't recommend, or whether it be any of the other great realtors that are available to you in this market, because there are some really great ones that don't even work for Revolved necessarily. The question is, how do I make sure I'm protected? How do I make sure that my interests are looked out for? How do I make sure that I have access to the most amount of people that may want to buy my house? And the answer to that, folks, is the internet. And so walkthrough videos, the best photography money can buy, all of those things take a huge part in the transaction process. And so again, here I've been the number one guy to share my successes and be that obnoxious guy that posts on Facebook every time something good happens. I also want to be the guy who's willing to share his failures and the lessons that are learned from them. And this one was huge for us. It was huge for us. It helped dictate the course of our marketing from this point forward. And so what that translates to you is you should also be looking for the same thing in your realtor. Guys, you know how to reach me anytime. If you have questions, I'd love to answer them. It's not a pressure game here with me. I'm pretty laid back. You're either going to want to work with me or you're not, and I'm okay either way. But if you do need me, it's 256-BUYSELL. That's 256-BUY-SELL. Or you can reach me at beardedisbetter.com. And I'd be happy to answer any questions for you or do whatever I can to help you out. But as always, love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon, all right? Thanks.